Purple Banditos, and welcome back to more Let's Play Pokemon FireRed. I'm PurpleRodri. Last time we did a couple things here around Celadon City. We took down Team Rocket, met their leader Giovanni, we obtained the Sylph Scope. I've actually gone ahead and done a couple things off screen. I've gone and done a bunch of coin little slot machine things in the game corner, and I finally obtained the TM that a lot of you guys suggested I actually needed to get for Kaji, and that is the move Flamethrower. Now with that, Kaji will finally have a fire type move, which should definitely come in handy and should help us out quite a lot during our journey. So let's go ahead and get rid of Growl then, and we'll finally have a fire type move on our team, which is definitely going to come in handy as we get things going. So there we have it, guys. It actually did take a little while at the game corner. I highly suggest that you buy the coins because the slot machines aren't that good. That's why it took me so long, because it just seemed like it took forever to get enough coins for it, and it's a little bit stressful if you need to do it. Now, as you can see, the security guards say they're thirsty. I know we have to find some sort of teacup that you guys told me, because I mentioned it last time that, oh, you can use the fresh waters in order to give it to the guards and all that stuff, but that's not what you do in this game. From what you guys told me, apparently, like, I need to find a teacup or something in a certain place and give it to them from some old lady. So if you guys know where that is, please let me know. Just want to give you guys a big thanks for all your tips and suggestions. They've been coming in really, really handy. You know, one of the things that I have been working on most is building a really good team comp. I know that sounds kind of dumb. It's kind of like I'm playing League of Legends, a team comp. But it's true, and I think we're actually building a really good one. We have 2 Pokemon left to go, and I have a couple in mind. I definitely know who our 6th team member is probably going to be. It's our 5th one that I'm just like a little hesitant on, because I'm not too sure. There's so many good options to Pokemon that we could add to our team that I'm just kind of like, I'm not sure which one exactly it is that I want to use, you know, but I'm sure I'll decide it once we get it going. Okay, guys, so as you can see, we're back here in Lavender Town. I told you guys last time we were here, we couldn't do a whole lot just for the fact that we didn't have the Sylph Scope yet. Now, as you can see, this is really Mr. Fuji's house. He's really kind. He looks after abandoned and orphaned Pokemon. So Mr. Fuji apparently plays a big role here in Lavender Town, but no one knows where the heck he is. So I think we're going to have to go in search of Mr. Fuji. Those horrible Rockets, they deserve no mercy. That poor Cubone's mother, he was killed trying to escape from Team Rocket. What? So they killed this Cubone's mother? That's not right. I don't really think Team Rocket should do that. I mean, you never see them doing crazy things like that in the anime. Oh, and one other thing. This guy's the Name Raider. I just wanted to show you guys a little bit around Lavender Town. It's probably one of my favorite towns just because there's a weird darkness to it. You know, there's something really deep about this place. Pokemon Tower. Becalm the spirits of Pokemon. And with that, guys, we are ready to enter the Pokemon Tower and pay some homage here to the Pokemon who have passed away. So this is basically the Pokemon graveyard, you could say. This is where trainers come to pay their respects to their Pokemon who have passed away. You know, the Pokemon who aren't there anymore, the ones who maybe have died in battle and all those sorts of things. And wait, who is that? It's kind of strange that our rival is here. Why would he be here? So let's go and talk to him.
Hey, Rodri, what brings you here? Is your Pokemon dead? Hey, it's alive. I can at least make them faint. Let's go.
Here we go, Rodri versus Soli. So let's go ahead and take on Soli. Yep, it looks like we have a rival battle. And now, you know, I mentioned before the fact that it's strange, right? That we see our rival here where the Pokemon graveyard is, and that one of the first things he says to us is kind of like, oh, is your Pokemon dead? And this is actually what I wanted to read to you guys because, you know, there's this like little theory that I've always wanted to read to you guys about. I always see it whenever I think of Lavender Town and the Pokemon Tower, and it goes like this. In the original Pokemon Red and Blue, when you encounter your rival in Lavender Town, he asks whether or not you know what it's like to have one of your Pokemon die. At this point in the game, he no longer has his Raticate that he used in previous battles. Your rival battle before this took place aboard the SS Anne. Your rival's Raticate sustained serious injuries from the battle, but because crowding confusion on the luxury liner, he was unable to make it to a Pokemon Center in time and the Raticate passed away. The real reason your rival is in Lavender Town to begin with is to lay his deceased friend to rest. Despite all of this, your rival never outwardly tells you that you're responsible for the death of his Pokemon. He hides his grief and instead channels that energy into the motivation he needed to continue his quest to become Indigo League champion. The death of his Raticate effectively destroys your rival's impish childhood innocence. Although he tells himself that he doesn't hold you responsible, he subconsciously holds a great deal of resentment towards you, which further fuels his ambitions. Tearfully swearing upon his Raticate's grave to not fail in what he set out to do, he trains hard in hopes of becoming better than you, defeating you, and to eventually make it to the Pokemon League. Mere moments after he became Indigo League champion, He was defeated by you. Although he fulfilled his promise to his fallen Pokemon, it was only for a painfully brief instant. In the end, your rival was scolded by his grandfather, while you receive the professor's praise. During the course of the game, you steal your rival's innocence, crush his dreams, and ultimately snatch away the love of his own grandfather. Oh, and by the way, your rival doesn't have any parents. He's an orphan. So that's just one of those things that, like, I read, you know, when I was younger, and I was like, what? Are you serious? Like, this is deep. This is really sad. And when you really think about it, like, you know, it's just a theory. It's not something that is proven or is actually, you know, true. But it's just something that makes you think, and you're just like, holy crap. What if we really did that to him? What if Nintendo, you know, made this game with, like, such a darker, deeper story that we didn't realize this as kids? Because, you know, as kids, we just bypass it. You know, we didn't think much about it. Oh, Raticate's gone, whatever. But when you really think about it, it's like, oh my gosh, like, this does make sense. Like, his Raticate could have passed away on the SS Anne, and it's crazy to think about, right? It's kind of really deep in a way. I don't know, I just thought it would be cool to share it with you guys, just to, you know, get your opinion on it, because I found it quite interesting. You know, I find it really, really interesting, you know, some little theories like this. And that's also just one of the ones that I always think about whenever I play through the game. Like, whoa, what if this is true? What if, like, what these guys are saying is actually what happened? And it just, like, makes you think a little bit, you know? It's kind of cool. I don't know, in a weird, dark way. I thought it would fit the tone very well here for the Pokemon Tower, because it is kind of like a darker scenario of this game. Like I said, the theory was for red and blue. So, you know, I don't even know. Some of the lines are different here in FireRed and stuff. You know, the Raticate is probably a little bit different, all those sorts of things. But when you think about it, in the original red and blue, it's like kind of deep to a point. It's like, wow, that's actually pretty crazy. Now, we're here in the Pokemon Tower for a good reason, guys. We're looking for Mr. Fuji. We really don't know where Mr. Fuji is, but for some reason, we can't really continue onwards without finding him. And, you know, it's kind of crazy to think about. Like, it's kind of like the game telling you, like, you can't move forward without, like, pushing through something so difficult. And I feel like we've all had those moments in life. You know, I've mentioned to you guys that I've been having a hard time lately. I'm not going to go too much into detail, but, you know, I've been slowly realizing, like, you just have to push through. You have to just sometimes put on a smile and keep on going. I know that seems really hard at times, that, you know, when you're going through something so difficult that you just smile. But there's this thing, it's like if you smile for like 10 seconds, it becomes like a genuine smile or something. And what I've realized is, like, when things are hard and maybe you do lose a little bit of hope, or maybe you're feeling down, try smiling and just think about all the good that's in your life. There's so many people out there who, like, don't have what we have. You know, a lot of us are blessed. We have a roof over our heads. We have food on the table. And yet we find it so difficult to, you know, be happy and content. And I just need you guys to, like, you know, understand where I'm coming from here in a way, because I guess it's something that we all go through at times. I can say I've been through that lately, you know, where sometimes you lose a little bit of hope. What I've realized lately is, like, I am so blessed for everything I have, and I'm sure you guys, you know, feel that way too. And it's kind of good. I have this one quote. It's like a Martin Luther King quote. I like quotes. I've told you guys I love quotes. I love reading through quotes. And the quote says, it's only in the darkness that we can see the stars. And it's the truth. You know, it's only when things get dark that we can really see, you know, the hope that's ahead of us, and the stars that are really in our path. You know, it's kind of crazy to think about, but that's truly how life goes. And I just hope that, you know, if you're going through a hard time or whatever it is, that you guys push through it, because you're great people. And, you know, everyone here, I'm sure, will be happy and successful someday. You know, we're all walking a path towards somewhere. I feel like that's how life goes. Like, we all have a path. And, you know, no matter what happens, good or bad, we're walking it, and it's going to lead us to something. We may not know what it is. I could tell you right now, I have no idea where my life is going to take me. I'm like 1 year away from graduating. You know, I feel a little lost at times. Like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? You know, I have a lot of people asking me, like, what are you going to do once you graduate? And it's just like, I really don't know. But I hope that, you know, just by following my path and just trying to be good, really trying to be a good person and help others, you know, I will eventually get to where I am meant to be. You know, it's kind of crazy. Just some deep thoughts here in the Pokemon Tower. Just because I feel like this is a really good place in this game to really reflect on a lot, because we're about the halfway point right now, which is pretty freaking crazy. And I just think that, you know, it's just a nice moment to just talk about some things like that, because I know that, you know, Pokemon Towers is pretty deep. There's a lot of darkness to it. If you guys have ever seen, like, Pokemon Origins, I like the way they presented in that. It was really, really cool, the way they made Red go up there and stuff. And it's kind of crazy. you know, actually going through it now after seeing Origins, because in Origins they made it like such a big deal, like, you know, these Pokemon that passed away, and it's crazy. You know, in such a childhood game for all of us, it's kind of weird that in a way they did place, you know, gravestones and a Pokemon graveyard, and you know, I guess kind of put like such a deep story with our rival, which if you really think about it, it does sound, you know, very reliable. And it's just like, you know, why would the developers do this? And it's maybe be gone, intruders. What are we going? What was this? Who is this? What kind of ghost? The ghost appeared. The Silphscope unveiled the ghost's identity, and it's the Marowak. Wow, a Marowak. If you guys remember, there was a Cubone down there. Could this be the spirit that's been causing trouble? Like the lady told us at the front that she heard a spirit causing a lot of trouble. I think it could be Bone Meringue. That's a really cool move. Oh, that is not a cool move at all. As I was saying though, guys, you know, it's crazy that, you know, in such a childish game, like a childhood game for us, that the developers would put such a deep meaning to it, and, you know, such importance on Lavender Town. And I think the importance of it is almost like, you know, working through things and pushing through things. And I think that's kind of why they make you climb up the tower, as a way to be like, hey, you need to push through it, make your way to the top, and that's when, you know, you will truly feel like, you know, something has been lifted off of you. I know, it's a lot of deep meanings, it's a lot to take in. It could be me just going crazy at this point, but it sounds right to me. It sounds like, you know, I guess I just like to think that way. I think there's always like deeper meanings, and you know, there's things like that, and I think this is one of those. The ghost was the restless spirit of Cubone's mother. Okay, we were correct. The mother's spirit was calmed. It departed to the afterlife. So as you can see, the spirit has disappeared. Huh, but what? Team Rocket's here. All right, we have ourselves a battle. These battles have been pretty tough indeed. I need to heal up, and then we can definitely keep on going. I don't even remember why these guys are up here. I think they're up here just to be a bother. You know, I feel like they're at the worst places in time. Like, we're just trying to, you know, uplift ourselves and make our way to the top and pay respect to some of these Pokemon. And they're just over here just causing trouble, being disruptive, messing with everyone's life. Like, what kind of horrible people would do that, where people come to, like, you know, pay respects to their Pokemon that have passed away. Alright guys, with that, it looks like we are ready to take on the second Team Rocket Grunt. So let's go ahead and kick their butts. There we have it, guys. We are ready to take on the third guy now. Should I heal up? I should probably heal up a little bit. And as you can see, there's an old man at the end. I wonder if he's Giovanni's dad, you know, the grandpa of Team Rocket. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Let's heal up. All right, guys, with that, we're ready to take on the third Rocket Grunt. There we have it, guys. You're not getting away with this, he said, but who could this old man up here be?
You came to save me. Thank you, but I came here of my own free will. I came to call the spirit of Cubone's mother. I think Marowak's spirit has finally left us. I must thank you for your kind concern. Follow me to my home Pokemon house at the foot of this tower.
Okay, guys, so this was Mr. Fuji.
Rodri, your Pokedex quest is one that requires strong dedication. Without deep love for Pokemon, your quest may fail. I'm not sure if this will help you, but I'd like you to have it.
With that, guys, we have obtained the Polka Flute from Mr. Fuji. Yeah.
Upon hearing the Polka Flute, sleeping Pokemon will spring awake. Try using it on Pokemon that are sleeping obstacles.
Okay, guys, so the Polka Flute has been the objective, and isn't it strange that we had to make our way through a Pokemon graveyard to obtain an item that awakens us? Next time, we will continue from this point, so if you guys have any tips, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye. Only in the darkness can you see the stars. I like that quote.